Hello there, my name is Colleen, for those that don't know me, and I just wanted to take a few minutes and share a little bit of my story and some of the things that God has been doing in my life and speaking to me over the last couple of years. So I am a full-time missionary. I've been doing that for all of my adult life, and I had just gotten to the point a couple of years ago where I was so physically exhausted, just worn out. My mental fog was so bad. I knew what God was calling me to do, but I could not do it. I physically just was not capable anymore, and I had to come off the mission field. I was just in such a bad place physically, emotionally. I know I was going through menopause. I was coming through some issues with COVID, and just like I said, physically was just in a bad state, and I was praying so hard for God to reveal to me answers, to bring healing to my body. I would have loved for him to have just touched me. Everything's all better. I'm back on the mission field and things are wonderful. But that is not the journey he had me on. I felt like he was telling me to take responsibility for my health and to step out into a journey of walking things forward and seeing my healing come. And so I did that. He led me to some programs, some things that have brought healing into my life. And I am so glad that I made the decision to take those steps. And one of the things that I feel like God's been speaking to me this year is that he's not just calling me to get healthy, but he's asking me to help other people get healthy. That this isn't just something for me, but this is something that he is calling the body of Christ to. He wants us walking in holistic health. I believe that there is a greater outpouring of his spirit. There's revival that he is going to send to the earth in ways that we have never seen before, and he needs us to be ready for that. He needs us to rise up to the call and to make sure that spiritually we are right with him, emotionally and mentally our thought patterns align with him. He needs us to make sure that our body, our physical body, that we are treating it as his temple and that we are in a place physically to answer the call that he has placed on our lives. The enemy wants us to settle. He wants us to think there's nothing I can do about that. He wants us to love food and love things that are not good for our body in a way that tears us down. But God is calling us to more. We do not have to settle to live in bodies that are fatigued, in mental fog. We do not have to settle for being overweight or being, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, all of these things that, we don't have to live there. God has more for us. He doesn't want us to simply survive. He wants us to thrive. I believe God is calling us to learn to treat our bodies as his temple, to see change happen for the good, to live from a place of thriving. And you can change. It can happen, especially when you're doing it for God, and even more so when you're doing it with God. He will give you the strength. And the beautiful thing is that you don't have to do it alone. I am here for you. I would love to coach you in this process. If you're interested, please reach out to me and let's do this together.